All right, everybody. It is time for the After the Game show with the 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-First-Team Defensive Player of the Year, NBA champion, Olympic gold medalist, so many accolades. He's the man. It's Gary Payton. Gary Payton after the game. Let's go.
Here we go. Yes, Oh, G-Peasy. Now you know what to do. Hey, bam. There you go. Biggie, give me one more chance. Get it. First thing first, I Papa. Honeys, hey. Get it. Nathan. Penetration. Imitation. Hey. The doorknob. Ugly as ever. Hey. Get it. Cut it. Well, we started off with that every time. That's going to bump. You know what I'm saying? That's going to do it. What's up, Jess?
Not much, Gary. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing real good. It's a good little Wednesday. I mean, it's pretty good. How's your Wednesday been?
It's been good, except for sitting in traffic for 2 hours getting here. But besides that, it's been excellent.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to say. You got to start listening to me. I go the back ways to the street. I get here every time now. You know what I'm saying? It's really good for me. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Usually it's pretty quick, but I don't know. Today was bad.
Yeah, today was pretty bad. I think it was a little bit of rain and a little cold. They ain't used to it out here like that. You know
people can't drive out here.
Yeah, they can't drive out here. Okay, give me some roll call. Give me something.
All right. Well, obviously, you know me. I'm Gary's right-hand man, Jesse Cass.
There he
man,
is.
Whatever you need.
There it is.
And we've got a full studio here tonight.
We got a full studio.
We've got Rhonda Ray right in front of me.
Yeah, we got her back, y'all.
Yeah.
We got the women. The women. I told y'all I was gonna have a little something spicy. Rhonda Rizzle.
Yeah.
And then what we got?
And we got a special guest in here. He's been on the show before. Glad to have him back. Darius McCrary is back on the show.
Yeah. Hey. What's up, little bruh? You know I had to bring my bruh back in here. You know what I'm saying?
Glad to be here, hanging out with my big bruh.
Yeah. So what's our roll call? What's our thing for today?
All right, we're going to start out, Gary, as usual, with NBA lockout update. And we'll start out going back to last week. When we were talking last week, the two sides had been meeting for about 30 hours in a 24 hours in a 30-hour period. And then the day after we did our show, talks pretty much broke down. The owners basically gave an ultimatum that they wanted a 50-50 split, and that was it, take it or leave it. So the players left it, and that's when the negotiations ended. But they're back talking today. That split hasn't been agreed upon, but they're still talking again today. So that's where we're at right now. It's still not close to a deal, but hopefully now that they're back talking, they can get something going. But not looking good so far.
I'm sorry. This is Darius. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit slow. You know, I'm a slow child. So the players said no
To the 50-50.
to the 50-50.
On the cap, what they want is they want 50-50 of the money of the gross revenues. So what we did, the players have been having 57%, and the owners have been getting 43. Okay, so the owners are saying, okay, now we're paying this too much money, and some of these players are not being equal to that. We have to get some of this money back.
Right.
So they came in and they said, well, we want to cut it to 40. What?
About 46, 47%.
46.7. The players said, oh no. No way possible. So the players said we're going to go to 53. We'll take 53 and let you get 47 and we'll be good.
Right.
The owners are coming back saying no, we're going to just split it straight up half, and the players are saying no, you can't get everything. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not getting none of the TV deal.
Right.
You know, they're not getting the players are not getting none of the merchandise deal. The merchandise is about really. The players are only getting a check for $15,000 for the whole year.
Wow.
And they splitting it up with like 300 to 400 guys. And you know how many jerseys people are selling.
Right.
So, you know, the players are just trying to, I'm happy that the players are doing what they do. You know, they're sticking to their guns and they're showing it what they can do.
Yeah, and so far, Billy Hunter has said after those negotiations broke down that the players might be willing to do a 50-50 split if the owners would give some concessions on other issues like the salary cap, which they're trying to really overhaul as well. So the owners aren't willing to do that either. So right now, you're looking at just two sides that really aren't compromising on either side. So that's kind of why we're stuck where we're at right now.
Yeah, and I think it's going to last for a little bit. I mean, we're going into November.
Well, time is definitely of the essence on this thing.
But then the owners have to understand that they don't want to mess up basketball. You remember, like baseball had that strike and it messed up their baseball.
Yeah, it did.
Basketball was probably the best sport last year of all sports.
Yeah.
You know, they had a great year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got to understand that the TV, that $1 billion is not going to be there if you're not showing basketball on TV.
Yeah, those advertisers might be getting a little hot under their collars right about now.
Yeah.
Exactly what it is.
Hey, you guys, y'all got to talk to us. We're talking about the NBA lockout. Give me a call at 855-369-9898. Y'all, come on. We just gonna keep talking about a lot of things and doing a lot of other little stuff. You know, I got two great people here, Rhonda Ray and Darius McCrary. You know, come on in. Everybody, questions for anybody. You know, it ain't just for Gary Payton. You can have something for Jess, my right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? He got all the news about anything that you want to do. What we got next, Jess?
All right, Gary, we're continuing on basketball here, and one thing that's been planned during this lockout has been what they're calling the World All-Star Classic, and this is the 6-game, 4-continent tour that's going over 2 weeks with basically a whole slew of NBA stars involved, and Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Amari Stoudemire, just a few of the names that are supposed to be involved, and recently, or today actually, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, who were supposed to play, all have decided that they are not going to participate and travel and play in any of these games. So what are your thoughts on that? With these three out, this tour could be taking a major hit. What is your thoughts on that?
Well, that's a bad hit, you know, because them guys should, you know, come and support these guys to show their collaboration. You know what I'm saying? They got to stick together. If these owners don't see that they're sticking together, now they're going to say these three superstars don't want to go. Why? You know what I'm saying? What is the purpose? But we don't know what's going on first. So, you know, you guys, you know, how y'all think about it? You know, I think everybody should stick together. It's just like, you know, Darius, when you be in movies, you know, if y'all going to have a lockout.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what? There was a time when there was a writer's strike.
Right.
You know, when the internet was fresh territory and content on the internet was fresh territory, those writers wanted to know what they were going to get for their intellectual properties. You know, because there was advertising taking place. You know, there were banners. That was when it was fresh. You know, the actors have been on strike before, and you're not going to be an actor with the rest of Hollywood going on strike, and you're like, hey, I'll jump into a production. I mean, that could cause a major problem. So it is important, you know, that the players, you know, stick together.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I wonder, you know, what is the cause? I mean, is it because maybe they don't want to injure themselves for, you know?
But they've been playing a lot of games.
They have been.
They've been playing a lot of games.
Yeah.
And then, especially with that, you know, you don't have to play that many minutes. You know, just go out there and give the people what they got, because if they're going to have a tour, they're going to get paid for it. I think they have to get paid for it.
They will be getting paid for
They
this
are.
tour.
Yeah, they'll be getting paid for it, so it's no problem, you know. And so that's, to me, is saying that, like, okay, we got our money. You know what I'm saying? We don't need this little money.
Right.
But some of these other guys, that's superstars, probably want to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and it is about the people.
Yeah,
too.
it is
And
about
the fans.
You gotta keep the fans,
you gotta keep
because
the fans,
if you keep them having some basketball, then they won't be taking sides. They
Right.
won't be saying, okay, I'm on the player side or I'm on the owner side.
Right.
These players are greedy. They making more money. We only make. I'm a teacher and I only make $40,000.
Right.
So you're tripping off of making $20 million.
$20
a
million.
year? You know what I'm saying? So they gotta keep these fans on their side. So I think they should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gary, what sources are saying about these three players dropping out is, at least what the sources are saying, is that they wanted to basically use the lockout to spend more time with their families. And as for Chris Paul, he's involved with the negotiations and the lockout, so he wanted to stay close in case more negotiations popped up, because this tour starts in Puerto Rico and then goes to London, Macau, and then Australia. So they do go all over the world. So maybe the travel was something that they thought they didn't want to do, but that's at least what they're saying about why they're dropping out of the tour.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. What else?
Yeah, so well, talking about quickly staying on this tour, we mentioned those three dropped out, but still a great amount of players playing in this tour, at least scheduled to play. Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, Chris Bosh, just to name a few. So a lot of players without those three still going, and it still should be a great tour to watch.
They're still aboard.
You know what, GP, on the real, honestly, I mean, being a fan of the game, even though I'm not really a fan of the game anymore because you retired. You know, that was
Yeah.
I mean, just keeping it 100.
That's way to go, little bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's just real. You know, the NBA is not the same for me anymore because my big brother, you know, is not playing. But I can honestly say, as a fan of the game, I could watch the game without those three.
I can too.
You got Chris Bosh, and I mean, you got those Kobe Bryant. I mean, you know, even though I'm not really a Kobe Bryant fan, I could watch the game without those three.
And I can watch them young dudes, man.
I
You
mean,
know what I'm
them young
saying?
dudes, man, they jumping out the gym, they playing. I mean,
Right.
Okay, let me take a break. We're going to take a break right here. You know, y'all give me a call at 855-369-9898. Come on here at the Foxxhole, man, after the game with Gary Payton.
It's a party in here.
Yeah, it's a party.
Candy.
Like candy. Hoo-wee. Get it. You seen? That's my boy, 40. Get it. Sucker. Okay, cut it. Boy, we coming with the beat up in here, man. We got a party going on up in here. Yeah. I heard we got some callers on the line, huh? Shoot, we got Billy from Virginia. Come on, Billy.
What you got?
What's going on, Mr. Payton? How I do?
Man, how you do, man? You doing all right?
I'm hanging in there, man. My son that gave me a cold. I'm out here trying to hold this big truck in the road, man. But
this my boy Billy be on the trucks, huh?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. I got two questions for you, man. The number one question is I wanted to get a clear breakdown of this NBA 50-50 because I know that you said something earlier about, you know, the players wouldn't get none of the concessions and none of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And my second question would be kind of like a subject is I want to know why the flip can't Virginia get a franchise of some sort?
Okay, well we're gonna let Jess answer the one about the NBA.
Yeah, and basically on the lockout, they've been going back and forth with this basketball-related income is what it's called, which is basically the amount of shared revenue. And you mentioned the 50-50 thing Gary was talking about earlier, how the players wanted or had 57% last time, and they went down to 53%. They even took that down to 52.5%, and then really the owners just said, we want this 50-50 split, and that's it. Take it or leave it. So the way that they said it was more of the problem than proposing it itself, because they were like, this is a 50-50 split, take it or leave it, which kind of threw the players off. They said, you're really saying take it or leave it, and they were. And then after that was negotiated in the press conferences after, both sides were kind of blaming each other. So there's, animosity between both sides on top of the fact that they want different things. So you add all those things together, and you have, the lockout going into day 118 right now.
118.
Yeah, and then on the second question on Virginia, I really think that's got to be a basketball town. People have to rejuvenate money to come into that city. Yeah. Most of these people right here, like on cities like LA, they can get an NBA team because people are going to come. Right. Virginia, I don't think is a marketable city.
More of a college town anyway.
Yes,
yeah, and more of a college town.
Yeah, it's more of
like
a college.
St. Louis is the same thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But then you know what? Oklahoma took a chance. Oklahoma took a chance because they were a college team too, college team city too, and then they took a chance.
Yeah.
Reason that happened is because New Orleans went there because of the hurricane, and then they sold out for 2 years, and then they found out what they had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Oklahoma's a rich city.
Yeah.
It's a rich city. So they took a chance, went in there, and they're doing well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because that's it.
They
We
got
don't
a
know.
squad.
Yeah, we don't know what would Virginia do. What Virginia would do, but right now I think it's just not a place where the NBA wants to go because they don't know, and it's probably not a stadium there that can hold a lot of people, and they don't know if they can get a stadium there and see what kind of traffic it'll go in for NBA. So some cities are very hard, like Nebraska, Idaho or something. These cities are not big enough to do an NBA team, so that'll happen. We got another caller. Chip from Virginia. Okay, Chip.
Virginia in the house.
Hey, how you doing, Gary?
All right, how are you?
Hey, long time fan, long time Laker fan. I'm wearing a Kobe Bryant jersey. My wife's wearing a Gary jersey. All right. So, huge fan. We haven't had a team since Dr. J started out with the Squires back in the 70s.
Right.
So I'm with Billy on that. My question is, with the talk of Kobe and some of the other players going to China and Italy and whatnot and playing for other teams during the lockout, if the lockout or when the lockout ceases to exist and they come to some agreement, what happens to those type of contracts? Are they stuck with those foreign teams and we're not going to see them in the NBA?
Well, that's not going to happen because once they do sign something, they're going to sign something saying that once their strike is over, they're going to come back. You know, they're not going to be a long-term contract or years or whatever, and they're not going to do that. There's some of them are going to sign just by game.
Per game,
They're going to do that, but it's never going to be where they're going to lock in for a whole year. They can't do that.
Hey, man, some of them might go over there and get some of that lummy long time and might not come back.
Oh, shoot. Or happy ending. Happy ending.
Love you long time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Gary, you're talking about those contracts, and obviously people like Kobe and Darren Williams, there's no way that they're going to stay over there. But the players that have signed in China, they have to stay for a full year, and they cannot come back because they made that rule just when the lockout started that only players that aren't under contract, so free agents, can sign in China. So
right.
Wilson Chandler, J.R. Smith, Kenyon Martin, basically all the Denver Nuggets are not allowed to come back this season until their contract in China is up. But everyone else who signed overseas can.
Hey, how does that work too? What about those players that are from other countries? How about are they looking to go play over there?
Just like what Tony Parker did. He just played for his country. You know what I'm saying? They only pay for $2,000 a month, like $1,995 or something. Wow. He's just doing that because he's trying to be an ambassador over there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So some political. Of these, he's been political over there. He's owner with that league. Yeah. So he's something like that, ain't he? He's a chairman or a what is he?
He's like a chairman.
He's a chairman of the league. So he's going to go back to home and support his league. Right. So most of these guys are really not, like Tony Kukoc. I mean, not Tony Kukoc, like Dirk. Right. He's not going back to Germany and do nothing. Yao's retired. Right. So he's retired.
What about Paul Gasol?
Paul Gasol, he's not doing anything. He's still over here. None of these guys who are from over there is going back to their thing.
Tony's just doing it to be an ambassador and to get away from Eva.
Shoot, he done got away from us. She got some new money from Tony Parker.
Right.
We got one more caller. We got Black from North Carolina. Come on, Black.
On both ends.
Hey, what's going on, Gary? What's going on, crew?
What's
happening? What's up?
Going on?
I just got a quick statement and a quick question. I hear a lot of people talking about, how could these millionaires fight over this money, but I believe it's a bigger picture than that. I'm kind of on the player side, man, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to take a pay cut. I don't give a damn if you're making $20 million or $500. You don't want nobody to cut your pay. These guys have been accustomed to a certain amount of money for this time, and now all of a sudden, these guys are asking to take a major pay cut. All those NBA players are not really making mega millions like the Kobe's and the LeBrons and the D Wades. I don't think people are really thinking about that. It's guys that's on the lower end of that totem pole. This cut is really going to hurt them. So.
Black tell the truth is that basically these people that own these teams are billionaires. This is not their major thing, you know what I'm saying? And then they're sending these guys out here to play for their teams and make their teams make money. And then all of a sudden you don't see an owner's jersey in a store. Man. We don't go buy an owner. We don't even know an owner. Right. We don't even know an owner.
Have a Mark Cuban jersey.
If you got LeBron on your team, he's bringing in jerseys. He's bringing in mega jerseys. So these dudes have a right to fight for what they need. They don't get all the money that people think they're getting. You know what I'm saying? These owners are making mega money. I'm telling you. And these players are just getting a little piece of the pie. Mm-hmm. And then that's just the way the game goes. That's why you have strikes. Because these players are seeing that they don't make that much money. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. I'm on the player side because I was a player.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it got to be that way. And I went through the same thing, and we didn't stick to our guns. And, and we got what we got. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to be, correct with it because I think the owners, they should go half and half with everything. Right. I think we should split everything.
It's a different time, too.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a different time. When you look at social media and all of that stuff, as far as, the internet and what's going on, there's a lot of money being made in other places as well, And the NBA is making a gang of money, so it's not like they're not making the money, And
then in 1999, when you guys were locked out, was share revenue the issue at that point?
It was the same. It was the same. It was the same.
They weren't asking you to bend that much.
No, they were just basically telling us we gonna give them what they gonna get. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have guys who stepped up and said, said, okay, we're going to hold out. We had guys saying that, forget it. I make my millions. Right. I'm making all mine. So y'all got to just hang out. You just got to hang. And then like what Black said, the lower tier of the guys who wasn't making 10, 15, 20 million start saying, hey, man, we got to go to work, man. I got it. Mm-hmm. I got to get it, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying my bills, and we caved in. So, that's just how it is.
Some millions is better than no millions.
Yeah, it is. Hey, y'all got to give us a call, man, at 855-369-9898. Come on, y'all. Come on and talk to us. We got a lot of stuff to discuss up in here. This is a good show. I got great people with me. We got to get it.
Yeah, we got, as you said, great show, and we're going to transition now into NFL football. Of course, they had their own strike, but that's been over for quite a while now. So we'll get into some of the action from this past week, and one of the biggest stories was Tim Tebow getting his first official start of the season, and for about 3.5 quarters looked really, really bad.
Three quarters and 3/4.
Yeah,
shit. It was only fucking 2 series. That's it. And fuck that. I ain't giving that nigga no love for that shit.
But Gary, when you're playing the 0-6 Miami Dolphins, all you need is 2 series.
They were shitty.
So he proved those 2 series, got it done. Got the victory.
Sloppy, but he got the victory.
Them motherfuckers was winning 15-0 with 2 minutes and 48 seconds and lost. Fuck that, man. Them niggas is sorry, man.
They sound like the old school Clippers.
Garbage. Them motherfuckers is sorry. And then they make it seem like I like Tim Tebow. We have got a relationship in the last year or so by going to a lot of charity events, golf events and stuff like that. We went to Orlando together and was at Disney World together and stuff. But to me, he's a football player where he's going to run. He's a running type football player. Right. He should have been a running back to me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was like that. And they're going to give him a lot of opportunities. He was back in Miami where he won his high school and his national championship. He won the Heisman Trophy. But, to me, he's not a quarterback. And I'm being real with this situation.
Good athlete.
Yeah, he's a great athlete.
Great athlete.
But it's like, you play against Miami, who is really no good, but if you played against Baltimore at that time, man, they're gonna crash you. They're gonna crush you.
Man, Ray Lewis will have a field day.
They're gonna crush him. But I can't give him no props on that game because it's not a game that I think that was something. It rolled in the right way for the Denver Broncos. And if you play somebody else who was a great football team, the New England Patriots or somebody like that, then it's going to be a little different.
It was kind of like the Saints playing my Colts. Without Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to harp on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I really was kind of depressed about that. That really hurt me.
Man, but didn't they score 62?
Man, why you go? Oh man, yeah. See, there you go, man. Yeah, I'm having flashbacks, man. I was crying.
Every time I seen it, I was like, touchdown. I was going to sleep like touchdown. God damn, who else?
Look, I'm watching the game, GP, with my shorty, and she's like, baby, why are we watching this? Yeah. I'm like, because I'm hopeful.
I'm optimistic.
You was wishing that a motherfucking sky fell out. So we could have just said, fuck that, this game is canceled. Shit, they could do nothing.
I was hoping for the wild buffalo wing moment. Sprinklers on.
Yeah, we'll get back to that game in 1 second. But Gary, I just want to get your thought on this on Tebow. Obviously, he's a very controversial figure, and I want to get your opinion on why people either love Tim Tebow or they hate him. And it's pretty interesting to see because there have been, as you said, players like him in the past who are athletic guys who might not be perfectly fit for the quarterback position, but no one has been as popular or as hated at the same time as this guy. So what's the reason for that?
I'm gonna tell you the reason. Because he went to Florida. He went to the University of Florida. And Florida was a hated football team. You remember they was winning everything. They were dominating. He won the Heisman Trophy his sophomore year. He was one of them guys where you see him on the side of the field. He was always instant in their face in Florida. And a lot of people don't like Florida. They didn't like that football team. So he became a hated guy or a light guy. And now he's in the pros, and some of the people want to see him fail. They want to see him fail. You know what I'm saying? And some people, if you know about football or you know about any sport, like we do, he's not a quarterback. He's not that type, but he's that American boy. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
He's the
that's
American boy.
You
know, he's got the title to be the American boy.
Yep.
So they're going to give him a little bit more leadway than any other body, any other person. Like if that was Pryor on the Raiders, he wouldn't be known. You know, he's not being talked about right now. Pryor's not even been talked about. He's not even talked about being one of the quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? They went and got a quarterback over him after they done gave a pick away to get Pryor in the supplemental draft. So it's a difference, you know what I'm saying? And it's a really big difference because he's that American boy. It's just like in basketball when LeBron came around. He was that golden child of that. Now, Tim Tebow is that golden child of football right now, and they're going to give him a chance.
Yeah.
Even if he failed, they're going to make up an excuse to say why he didn't fail. If he becomes somebody, then they're going to ride it out. You know, his jersey is the number one jersey in football. Everybody's buying that jersey. You know what I'm saying?
They're rooting for him.
They're rooting for him. So
why they hating him?
They just hate him because they just hate him. You know, some people gonna hate him, some people ain't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so
he finds a way to win games.
Yeah, I mean,
finds a way.
Yeah, but if you put him in a situation like he was the other day, he didn't look good. He was throwing the ball over people's head. He was doing things.
You think a lot of that was nerves, though?
Nah, I just think that he's not that type of quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You can't let him sit back there. If you let him sit back and throw the ball, he's not a good passer.
Nah,
he's not a good passer. He's a runner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you play him for the run. They played him for the run for 3 quarters, 3 and 3/4 quarters, and then it all broke down because Miami got, I think, tired, and then they're not a good football team. This period. You know what I'm saying? And then big plays started to happen.
Right.
They started to make big plays.
That's momentum changer.
They catch a ball. Right. He catch a ball on the 4. They score.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then they get an onside kick, which the game should have been over if they would have got the onside kick.
Right.
You know, so it just went in his way.
All right, Gary. So one thing that we're going to talk about is the winless teams in the NFL right now. There's the Dolphins, as we mentioned. There's also the St. Louis Rams, who are supposed to turn it around this year, but they're 0-6 as well. And then Darius, unfortunately, there's the Colts, who are 0-7.
Yeah, I know.
So we've got these,
dealing with that.
We got these 3 teams that are winless right now.
Right.
Which one of them do you think needs Andrew Luck the most? Of course, there's the whole suck for luck campaign. Andrew Luck is supposed to be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, the next golden boy quarterback like Tebow, if you will, but with all the tools. So which team needs him the most?
Miami needs him the most. I don't think if the Colts get that draft, I think they'll trade down to get somebody else. They'll get some players because
Payton is coming back.
Payton, that's the best quarterback in football to me right now. Him and what's his name from New England,
Tom Brady.
They're probably the best 2. So then you go with St. Louis. They got a quarterback. I mean, with Stafford, not just Stafford, Brady,
Sam Bradford.
Bradford. Yeah. He's getting hurt though, and I don't think they're gonna take their first round pick that they had and get another first round pick for a quarterback and then get rid of him. I don't know what would happen, but Miami would be the great choice for him. I think if Miami tanks it a little bit more, I think they're going to start tanking games. I think they're going to want to go 0-17 or something, 16 or whatever they want to go. So they should start taking games. I think Luck will be a Dolphin because the rest of them teams, I don't think we're going to get him.
Yeah, and you saw some people in that Dolphins game. Obviously, a lot of people supported Tebow, but even people in Dolphins jerseys, when that field goal went in for the Broncos, you saw people in Dolphins jerseys cheering. They're already in that mode. They want to get Luck. So.
They're going and just can this and tuck this one in, and then they'll get a new coach, and then you come back with it. I hope so. But okay, that's a good one. That's a good segment for us. We're going to take a break, you guys, right here. Give me a call at 855-369-9898. We're here at the Foxxhole here after the game with Gary Payton. Okay, what's happening? We got callers?
We was having too much fun.
We was having too much fun, man. Y'all got to be riding with it, man. Let me see what I got. What I got. Okay, Ty from
California.
What's up, Ty?
Hey, how y'all doing?
All right.
What's happening, Ty?
I had a 2-sport question. I was wondering, where do y'all think the future of the NBA and the NFL is going? Do you think that the leagues are selling their souls to put more fans in the seats, meaning they're making the game more soft? Because like the NBA back in the day with like the Pistons and the Pacers, I don't see that style of basketball play no more. And then like how you can't really hit the quarterback. So I just want to know where the future is. What do y'all feel the future of the leagues are going?
Well, to me, the future of the league is going to, it's really soft right now. I think basketball changed because the simple fact is that when we were getting in a lot of trouble, a lot of these young guys had their pants off their butt, and they was coming in here with the braids and their hair turned, and the tattoos really made David Stern turn to another page. When he start saying, okay, you guys, we're going to have a dress code, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then all of a sudden, it was like, we're going to make our kids see America's game. That's what he wanted to do. Then he started saying, look, they're not watching basketball because we're being too physical. We're doing a lot of things. These guys are doing this. So we're going to make it a running up game. We're going to make it a scoring game. So he started putting in stuff where you get touch foul. You're going to score a lot of more points. Right. And kids watch that type of basketball. They don't understand about defense and locking people down and stuff like that. Right. They understand about the and ones when they see that and one tape, when they're going through their legs, hitting it off people's head, dunking on people and scoring. That's what they want. That's what David Stern thought about and said, okay, let's make it an up-tempo game. Let's score in the 130s, the 140s every night, and let's see and make these kids see that. And he made it a fast game. He didn't want to slow it down no more, and then you start, every time you touch, you got somebody on the free throw line, and then, he took the no tolerance out. You can't say nothing. He give you a tech for that and kick you out of the game. So he's just making it where he's want to clean up. He wants his sport to be a clean sport. He wants it to be an educational sport where the kid's going to see something and don't say, well, if Kobe did that, I can do it. Right. If he was drunk, why not I can be drunk and get caught for drunk driving? So he's not letting it happen. So I think that is in the football, NFL, and getting hit with the quarterback, I just think that it's a violent sport. It's a very violent sport. A lot of people have been getting hit, concussions.
Michael Vick.
Yeah.
He's been taking a cold beating.
But then you got to understand, though, Darius, that when you get 30 years or 20 years down the line after you get through playing football, this stuff becomes a problem.
Yeah.
You have concussions, you can die from it.
Absolutely.
You can do this, and it's not happening. They're not going to let these kids and these guys start to get killed like that.
Right.
People can get, crippled, their spines.
Yeah.
Football players are have more complications than any sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not letting that happen, and they don't want these guys to do that.
Troy Aikman, to this day, you look at him and you can see he's not all there.
Yeah, I know.
But he's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. But I mean, you look at Troy and it's like, man, Bell was wrong one too many times.
Yeah, and then you can look at the football boxers. You see how they don't have any kind of head guard and anything. You can see the Mike Tysons. You can see the Spinks.
Right.
You can see the Frazier's.
Yep.
You can see the Muhammad Ali's.
Yeah.
They're having problems, focusing.
Yeah.
So
ain't nothing wrong with the greatest. The greatest is still the greatest, man. He's still a bad dude. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, he's still the greatest of all time.
All time.
what's that next?
He went into character on us.
Flashback, GP.
That's right.
All right. Next up, we're gonna stick on football here, and we're gonna talk about Terrell Owens, who held his own personal workout in Calabasas the other day, and basically did it in front of the media. But
did they turn on any lights?
It was during the daytime. So
it was during the daytime. Well, who showed up?
Basically ESPN, and that's about it. No NFL scouts, no NFL teams. Just some camera crews and media outlets, but that's about it.
That is it.
Wow. Sorry, homeboy. Wow. Shit, we just got to call that quits.
They literally trying to throw him to the Bears, huh?
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. I feel bad for my partner, man.
He looked good, though.
Yeah, shit, he can take his shirt off. Shit,
take his shirt off.
I mean, T.O. show is doing pretty good. Shit, fuck it.
Do you think anyone's
all
gonna,
else fails, huh?
Yeah.
Do you think anyone's going to take a chance on him, or is he done, as he said?
Nah, I don't think so, man. Nobody want to deal with T.O. right now, man. I don't think so.
Yeah, man.
You think he's blackballed from the league, or you just don't think nobody wants to?
No, nobody want to take that.
Wants to
he's older, too. He's an older player, and they don't want to take that responsibility. He's a player where he's going to get in there and he's going to start some trouble. If they don't get him the ball, he's going to go say something to a quarterback. It's one of them things where
to a program.
It's got to be where you have to understand that your time is over. You know what I'm saying? If you get on a football team, you got to adjust to what they're doing now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when I was in my career, I went to Miami. I knew I wanted to win a championship, so I couldn't go in there and demand what I did in the 90s because I was.
But you were still so cold, though, man. I ain't saying that because you're my big brother. You handled your business.
Yeah,
you know?
But the era of Darius was just a little different. Right. They had moved on from us. You know what I'm saying? They moved on from us. So I had to just say, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me go in here on this basketball court and prove it, and then I'll fit in where I got to get in. And we won a championship.
So you can't go to a team talking a whole bunch of smack and not put up
right.
Which is why they thought he was a good fit for Chicago Bears.
Right.
Because the quarterback there, they were just saying that he wasn't going to put up with Terrell's mouth or crap talking.
I wonder, could he go ahead and humble himself to play the game for the love of the game? I mean, does he have it in him, you know?
I mean, that's tough because a lot of people have expected it from him in, every situation he's gone to, and he's been good, or at least in the locker room for a minute, as he said, and then something always comes up. So,
but
that's
his character.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's called ego.
It's just like Dennis Rodman.
Right.
They all have a show, man, and it's like Chad Ochocinco. He's the same way, but he's done got humbled in New England because he can't do that out there. They don't care about it.
Brady ain't having it.
That's clear.
Do you think that plays a part, GP? You think that plays a part in a player's ability to become a champion?
Yeah. You got to be a champion. You got to want to be. You got to have that in your desire. With his ability, with his thing is that he thinks that he is the man. Right. He wants to be. Yeah, he wants to be the man when he win a Super Bowl and be a big part of it. That's over.
They talking about practice.
Practice, man. What you talking about? Practice. Go ahead, Jess.
All right, Gary. One more thing on this TO thing. We know that Randy Moss retired this past year too, but there's speculation that he might come back. Which one of these players would you expect to see back first, Randy Moss or Terrell Owens, or which one is going to get on the field or get a shot?
Randy Moss. Mm-hmm. I think Randy Moss is because he can adjust his attitude. He can adjust everything he done. He understands it a little bit. He's a little hard-headed too, but I think people would take more chance of Randy Moss because he never had all these antics with him. He doesn't have all the sideshow with him. He doesn't have a TV show. He doesn't have all that, and he's quiet. You know what I'm saying? You haven't heard nothing about him when he doesn't get no football chance this year. He went on and retired. But if he starts to come back, I think if he took a workout right now, I think a lot of football scouts would be there to see him. I think there are a couple will come out and see him, and he knows how to adjust to it. I think it's about your adjustment and about your attitude. To me,
GP, you think that they would take him back in New England?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Brady will take him back because him and Brady had a great relationship, and I think that's where he would go. I think if it's the playoff
Randy,
time,
if you're listening, please, man, you're one of my favorite receivers, Randy Moss. I put you right up there with the greats. Please, man, give Brady a call, man. Give Tom a call.
Give him a call, man. I think he'll come back with him. I think so.
Yeah, so right now, Gary, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna keep it going here and after the game.
Okay.
We're back here on the Gary Payton After the Game show here on the Foxxhole. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Gary, we're gonna go right to the phone lines right now. We got a lot of callers, so we want to try to get them all in. So we're gonna take the first caller. We got Matt from Maryland. So Matt from Maryland, come on in.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, not much. Hey, I just want to get some clarification on a comment I heard a little bit earlier about the NBA lockout. I heard someone say how the NBA players, aren't making enough money. Now, did you mean they're not making enough money relative to the revenue that, their team or the league is bringing in? Or do you mean, enough money to support the lifestyle that they've become accustomed to, during a work stoppage?
Well, we never said they didn't make enough money. We said that the owners are billionaires, and they are making a lot of money for them, so they deserve what they get. It's not about if you make a lot of money. If you make $1 million, you're making enough money. That's just
enough money.
That's enough money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only people out there that's policemen who are putting their lives on the line for us is only making $50,000, $60,000. So that's not the issue. this is a business. What people don't understand, it's just like if the policemen were out there and they wanted to go on a strike, and the people say, "Yo, we're only going to give you $20,000, but you give me $20,000 the rest of my life, we deserve more." I think they should go on strike. You know what I'm saying? You're a job. This is a job. Period. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter because you make millions of dollars. You're supposed to just say, "Okay, take it. Here, give it to me." You know, you just give me whatever you want. No, this is the world. You know what I'm saying? It's a life. You know, I know that if you're working for somebody right now and you go out there and they want to cut half of your pay right now, but you know that you're working your butt off, you're not going to accept that. Man. You're not going to accept it. So why should they accept it? Because you guys see they make millions of dollars. That's just the way it happened. Right. Anybody happened to do that. That's just the way it happens. We're not complaining about the presidents. Right. Every president that has been president is still getting paid. And they still got all their security. Yep. Everybody on there. But we're not saying nothing about us giving them money. Right. So these guys are doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make their money before they go and retire and do whatever they got to do. So we're not saying that they're not making enough money. That's why the issue is here, because the owners want to give back their money and the players want to keep their money. That's just the way that goes.
Yeah, so we're going to go to the next caller right now. We got Joe from Florida. So, Joe, what's up?
Hey, man, how y'all doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Good. How you doing, Joe?
Good. I just want to say I've been a long-time fan of Gary Payton. I used to watch him all the time. So I'm old school. I love the Magic Johnson, the Gary Payton, and all them guys, man. And I thought basketball was played more of a team back then. But the question I got, I can't let you off the hook. I heard you say the top two quarterbacks was Peyton Manning and the guy
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
And Tom Brady. I got to go with you with the Peyton Manning before he got hurt. Mm-hmm. I can't give it to Tom Brady, but I have to give it to Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he gets enough credit. I've been checking this guy out since Favre retired. He brings something to the table. He can stand in the pocket like those two guys can. He's very accurate. I mean, his accuracy is off the chart. But this guy on the run, man, I've seen this guy on the run dodge players and just on the run just throw the ball like a dart and hit his receivers. So I got him behind Peyton Manning. And, you know, if you can put me in check with that.
No, yeah, but I'll say this, Joe. We said Tom Brady and Peyton Manning because they've been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? They all done won almost like, 2 or 3 MVPs. Yeah. I mean, I have to go with you on Rodgers. He's been playing very well in the last 3 to 4 years. But we're saying about a longevity thing. These two football players have been doing it for almost Peyton Manning has been doing it for like 10, 11 years. Yeah, and I think Brady's been doing it too for almost the same amount. But these guys Brady was a 4th, 5th, 6th round draft pick?
6th round pick.
6th round pick. Yeah. And he's done won the MVP 2 times or whatever, and then won by 2 or 3 Super Bowls. So I'm just saying we're talking about the longevity of doing it year after year after year after year after year.
Just that's like you did.
Yeah, you know, when you do it year after year, I give a person credit. And I think that these two dudes have been doing it for so long. Rodgers is now upcoming and probably will be in the next 2 or 3 years, probably one of the top quarterback. Definitely. So we're not saying that. I'm thinking right now, them are two to me because they keep doing it year after year after year. Right. And you got to understand, New England is undefeated.
Man.
Okay. Yeah, man. And I'm not undefeated. I think they lost one game. And then, Rodgers is undefeated. So, you could say that.
I think Rodgers is the reason why Brett Favre won't retire.
Yeah. Okay. You said for the reason, huh? He's the reason. We're going to take over a car. Let's call Eddie. Come on, Eddie from California.
What's up, GP?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what you think about Stephen A. Smith going off on Jamarcus Russell, man?
Right. Yeah.
What did he say?
Stephen A. Smith said that Jamarcus Russell was the epitome of a disgrace. He called him, a fat slob who never cared about his teammates and really just, went completely all in on Jamarcus Russell.
He went ham on him. He was completely ham.
Well, hold on, you guys. Let's say this. What did he do while he played for the Oakland Raiders?
We gave him all. He don't deserve a second chance, man. Come on.
Everybody deserves a second chance, but I'm just trying to tell you, Eddie, do you think he's lying about what he said about him?
Or do you agree or disagree?
Is he on?
Eddie?
Eddie? Oh, he dropped it. But I'm agreeing with him because he didn't do anything in football. He's got that big time money. He didn't do anything. First of all, if we really want to talk about it, I'm not trying to talk about the man. The Raiders cut their playbook down for him because he couldn't read the playbook. First, that's what we heard. Okay, then he did not produce. He didn't produce to do what he was. He was a number 1 pick. I was on his side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, when he came out. Then when he couldn't do it in them years, and they gave him what guaranteed money? What they give him? About $30 million,
something like
that.
That
was an Al Davis thing.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So you can't do that. Everybody deserves a second chance. If he can get in shape, if he stops drinking that syrup and all that, and do what he has to do, then he can do it. Yeah. I mean, I'm with him. Give him everything he can. You know what I'm saying? We got one more caller, TC from Houston. TC? Did they drop?
Miami Heat.
Oh, you TC from Miami Heat?
Yeah, what's up? Y'all remember old Ronnie? D-Wade people.
Who?
D-Wade people.
What's up, man? I remember you, man. What's cracking?
Ain't nothing, man. I got Nolan Smith on the phone. I was wondering if he's still on. Y'all Nolan?
Who is Nolan?
Yeah, Nolan Smith from Duke.
Is that right? What's up, Nolan?
GP, what's going on?
What's happening with you, boy? Where you at?
I'm down Duke right now.
You down at Duke right now? You working out?
Yeah, just working out, trying to stay ready. You know it.
Man, you stay ready, man. You know what's happening. You know your boy. You know your daddy was my man.
Yes, sir. I remember.
You right, man. You remember we was hanging out when we was here at the W and all that, right?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay, yeah. You stay with it. How you been, man? How's everything going?
Everything's going good. Obviously this lockout's frustrating, but the best advice I got is just stay ready. As if it could end tomorrow. So I'm just down here at Duke, using my time wisely.
Good. When you get in there, you know what to do, man. Because I know you can play, man. You did a very good job at Duke, too, man. You had a good career. I'm on your side. You need anything, you just holler at me and let me know.
Sounds good. I'll do that.
Okay, man. Thanks for calling.
Oh, yeah.
All right, GP.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All
right.
Hey, GP, that's something interesting, man. It's a shame that college players, we were speaking about Duke, I'm thinking about college basketball. It's a shame that college players don't reap the benefit of all the work that they put in the league at all. I mean, it's crazy.
And that's why the NCAA, that people are fighting the NCAA to see that these dudes can get some stuff and get some money and stuff. But the NCAA is like that. So, it's like that, and that's why these guys are one and done now. They're just going to college one, and it's messing up college basketball because these kids, they're hungry. They're not getting paid in college, so they're just saying, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Right. Let's go in there and do our one.
Ready.
Yeah. And then the NBA just put it up to 19, because they wanted them to have one. So, that's just the way it goes. So, hey, you guys, this is a great show, man. I want to thank my guests, Rhonda Ray, Darius McCrary, my right-hand man, Jess, everybody up in here, man. We'll be back next week. We're going to do this thing, and you're going to hear it, man. Y'all get with us, man. This is Gary Payton with After the Game. We out of this camp.
Peace.